Alright, you guys, I want to give you a very serious warning right now. There's a guy in the alternative media. Anytime you're looking on the internet, you need to be very careful of the resources that you're employing. And I want you all to know right now that alternative media sources have also been infiltrated by PSYOP actors. And one of these I specifically can identify. His name is Steve Piecezenik or something. Piecezenik. Okay? And what he has essentially said in some of his videos is that a soft coup is taking place against a hard coup, which they're calling a stolen election by Hillary Clinton. Okay? Well, it's pretty well established now in documents that can be trusted, that's been released from both the FBI and WikiLeaks, that the election has been rigged. The Democratic primary was rigged. George Soros's voting machines are being used. They've encouraged everybody to cast early ballots. There was something like 150,000 early ballots that were cast in Florida. There were some that were where the people that were counting the ballots were actually some of them were illegible. They were counting for Hillary Clinton. So we know that this fraud is going on. Okay, but where the devil in the details is, especially with this Steve Piecezenik character or whatever, he is saying that, okay, we are responsible, or he and his group of counterintelligence operatives had enough with the corruption, and they're the ones that are responsible for this soft coup. Okay? Well, there's no evidence to support that. In fact, this man is and has been a operative that's worked for the CIA. He is a master in psychological warfare. He's been working in administrations all the way far back as Reagan, Nixon. When Nixon stole the election, this man was there helping him do it. In his second term, he worked very closely with Kissinger, who we know is perhaps one of the most evil men on earth. He worked with George Bush Sr. When there was an attempt on Reagan's life, when Reagan was shot, he allowed he allowed this man right here to work on his behalf, or do some things on his behalf. I'm not sure which. This is all. It's not entirely clear to me what his biography is. But when they use words like soft coup, this is not the FBI is not working on a soft coup. What they are doing or attempting to do is their job. Their job is to ensure that the laws of the United States are followed, and people that do not follow them are criminals. Okay, and what we're seeing in the emails are tantamount to treason. Okay, and treason is an executable offense. And what this counter-PSYOP is that they are able to install Hillary Clinton. What they're trying to do is instill some sort of chaos in the streets, because this is still part of the one world, the New World Order agenda. Whether it's Hillary or Donald Trump, the New World Order agenda is going to push forward. The World War III agenda is going to push forward. So I'm telling you right now that if you're dissatisfied with the results of the election, do not count it as a soft coup. Do not count yourself as a revolutionary member. Do not engage in any sort of violent acts or rioting or anything that. I want you guys to give it a little bit of a cool down period. I suspect both sides are going to lawyer up and contest the election and push it on until December, which could give them enough timetables, one, to distort the market, because we already know the markets are very distorted. We could be looking at some severe economic collapses, the way that the bond market is going, and the way that the Chinese is already in the SDR, special drawing rights. Because I fully expect that since America's will no longer have the reserve currency, it will become a global reserve currency, which is the SDR run by the IMF. That's their plan. and they want to distract everybody from the economic problems that we're in with war, or with us battling each other in the streets over the corruption of the government. And you need to watch out for this guy. I'm very familiar with hypnotic techniques and subliminal messaging, and I see it utilized in YouTube quite a bit. So, well, not quite a bit, but when you specifically educate yourself on it, you can find out what to do and how to do it and how to implement these things. And I want to warn you about this guy. Do not take what he is going to say things to you that are believable and maybe even possibly partly true. And that's how it plays on the subconscious. It gives you something true to think, and then you start to believe it, and then there's something that's going to run contrary to what your logic will tell you, but your emotional state will override your logic, and it will enable you to start, it'll enable them to start to seed ideas that your mind will start to respond to. So just be very, very careful of that. This guy's not on your side. And be alert for other infiltrators that are working against the people of the truth in the alternative media. Thanks.